Okay, so this little mini lesson that we're working on is called Insert a Synonym. You remember what synonyms are?
They're a thing that means the same thing, but they're in a different word.
Yeah, it's a different word that has the same meaning, right?
Yeah.
So
Like
what this,
caption so fast.
yep. So what this strategy is going to do for us is when we come across a word that we don't know or a word that's difficult, we're going to look at the words around it, and then you're going to just come up with a synonym that would mean the same thing. That way, it helps you get through the word that you don't know. So, for an example, they have when her best friend grabbed her toy, she was furious with him. So, if you didn't know what the word furious was, you could say,
Here's where it is.
yeah. So, if you didn't, and for example, you could say she was angry with him, mad with him. That way, you would still be able to put a synonym in there and it would make sense to you if you didn't know what furious was. Okay? So we're going to try that strategy. And I picked a book. I don't know if you've read it before, but it's got some words in there that might be a little difficult for you.
Could we play Goose Game together?
It's not talking about Goose Game. We're talking about our lesson. So we're going to read this book, and then you're going to use that strategy in there. Okay? So I'm gonna model it for you first. Okay?
I
So
know how to do this.
yep, I'm just going to show you first though, so you're 100% sure that you know what you're doing. In the forest, all is still, gripped by winter's icy. And let's say I didn't know what that word was, okay? What if I didn't know what the word chill meant? But I know
cold.
icy is cold. Yeah, I know ice is cold and I know winter's cold. So I could say, in the forest, all is still, gripped by winter's icy cold. It doesn't sound as good as chill, but now I have a good idea of what chill might mean because I used a synonym, right? So if you come across a word that you don't know.
But if you don't know what that word means, how do you know what the synonym of it is?
That's true. That might be kind of hard. But if you have just an idea by looking at all the other words, like I looked at icy and I looked at winter.
And the pictures.
Yep, and the picture is perfect. I knew all those things probably meant that it was trying to say cold. So I just used cold. Okay, so we're going to try that strategy right now with you. And you'll just keep reading. Read out loud.
Al sits watching in his tree, and no one sees as much as he.
Keep going. We're going to try and get to a word that maybe we don't know.
Snow is melting all around. Shoots are peeping through the ground. In the trees, young bear cubs play scream. Cannot be far away.
Good job. Keep going.
Blossoms fall and the leaves are growing. A gentle springtime breeze is blowing. Squirrels scampering here and
Do you know what that word is?
scampering.
Do you know what that word is, though?
It means they're like running.
How did you figure that out?
Because I know what scampering means.
You know, scamper.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Here
I thought that one would trip you up, but you got it.
Here and there, playful fox cubs sniff the air.
Oh.
Birds flit through the leafy.
Do you know what that word means?
It means they fly.
That's a synonym.
I don't know.
No, that is a synonym. Yeah, that's perfect. So have you ever used the word flit? Do you know what the word flit means?
It means you fly.
Right. So you can use a synonym to understand that word, right?
Yeah.
Right. But now that you just by looking at and thinking about what birds do, right? Because the word right before it is birds. And you know what birds do, right? You know they fly through the air.
And the pictures show it flying.
And the pictures. So you used a picture clue and you used what you know about birds, right? To figure that word out.
Oh.
That's perfect. Keep going.
Through the leafy blowers,
What's that word?
bowers.
What's a bower? All right, let's think about all the words around it. Let's think about what this sentence is talking about, and what can we replace bower with?
Leaves?
Leaves or trees or bushes? Probably, right? Because from the picture, you're looking at like a forest. So if you were to use a synonym for bowers, you could say through the trees.
After this, are we done with
Yeah, this is just a strategy you can use to understand new words.
The forest is abloom with flowers. Birds are singing, foxes playing. Summertime is on its way.
But did you see how we use that synonym to understand bowers? I want to make sure you understand the strategy.
Yeah.
We use just clues in the words and the pictures to help us, right?
Yeah.
All right, keep going. Let's see if there's any other words that we struggle with.
Now summer's here, the sun is high, bees are humming in the sky. Juicy apples, ripe and sweet, almost ready for you to eat.
Keep going.
On a warm midsummer's night, all the stars are shining bright. The trees sway gently to find and fro, shimmering in the moonlight glow.
You know what the word sway means?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, just checking. Just checking your knowledge.
Now it's cooler all around. Apples tumble to the ground. Grass is damp with morning dew. Clouds drift across the skies of blue.
Good job.
Autumn leaves turn red and gold. Days are warm and nights grow cold. Food is gathered and stored away, ready for a winter's day. The cold north wind begins to blow. Animals shiver, it starts to snow.
What does it mean when you shiver?
It means you shake.
Yeah, if we didn't know the word shiver, how could we figure it out? What would you use?
Pictures.
The pictures, and what in the story would you know?
The cold north wind begins to blow.
Perfect. So you would use the word
and it
cold.
said animals.
Yeah, perfect. So you would use the word cold
Time to
blowing. Hold on, I'm still talking.
I want to read.
I know you want to read, but I want to go over the strategy just so you understand it.
I already finished.
I know, but I'm trying to teach you the strategy. We're pretending like we don't know what the word shiver means. Okay, so you said you could use the pictures, and what words? You said we could use the word cold and
animals, and the cold north wind begins to blow.
And the blowing wind, right? So we would understand that that means it's cold, and when you're cold, you're probably shaking, your teeth are rattling. So we could use something. We could use shaking. We could use something else, some synonym for shiver, right? What are you trying to do?
Nothing.
All right. So we could use a synonym if we didn't understand that, and we would pick that synonym based on the pictures and words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's called understanding context clues.
Can I read the next
Yeah,
page?
go for it.
Time to shelter, find a bed. Prepare for winter months ahead. Doesn't look like months, it looks like a cake. The forest floor is snowy white. In his tree, owl sits tight.
Owl what?
Owl sits tight.
Good job.
Or sat tight.
Yeah, keep going.
The midwinds characters.
Good job.
Here once more, wise owl has seen it all before. Flip the page. It's silent now, no sounder ahead. Not a not a fox, cub, not a bird, not a bird.
Good job.
The trees are still, the snow lies deep. All the forest has gone to sleep.
All right.
The seasons have all come and gone. Snow has fallen, sun has shone. Shone.
Shown.
Shone.
Gone and shown. What does the word shown mean?
It means it has been released. It's been something you've seen already. I'll see the first new buds appear, and so begins another year.
Good job. All right, we're going to do the strategy one more time right here on shown. So if you didn't know what shown meant, what's a synonym that you could use there, and how would you find it?
I'd find it by how the sun has already come.
Perfect. So you would use your knowledge of what the sun does, right, to figure out that word.
Plus, since I know fallen, then this is a rhyme book, so it probably has shown.
Yeah, since you know it has to rhyme with gone, since it's been rhyming this whole time, you know that word has to rhyme with gone, right? But if we were going to put a synonym there, we could use the fact that we know about the sun, right? So we could say the sun has shined. Shone and shined, those are synonyms, right?
Has shined away. To rhyme?
Yeah. So we would use a synonym if we didn't understand that word. So you understand how that works? How you can use another word to understand something that you don't know?
I'm good.
You're good what?
I'm good with
What
how
did we practice that just now? What was the whole point of
synonyms
for what? What did we use synonyms for?
to find strategies
No, what was the point of using a synonym?
to be a better reader.
No, what was the point that we used the synonym for in the book? If you didn't what?
If you didn't know what that word meant.
Right. So if you didn't know a word, you can replace it with something you do know, right?
Like if you don't know sofa, you could replace it with couch.
Yeah. If you didn't know what the word sofa was, you could look around in the reading and look at other clues that tell you what that could mean, right?
It can do it in real life too.
Yep. You know what they call those? They call them context clues.
So we just learn context clues.
It's something else that we'll learn about, but that's what it's called when you use context clues to come up with another word.
Are we done?
Yep, that was the strategy. So
Wait, where is
when
it?
you're what?
It's night. It's snowing, but there's still leaves on the trees.
I know they're just trying to show the seasons. But yeah, that's the strategy. So that's just another reading strategy that you can use when you're working through the books that you like to read in your row. If you come across a difficult word, then you can just use a synonym that you do know. Okay?
I only have like 5 big kid books.
I know. We need to get you some more big kid books, huh?
I have too many baby books.